it's Deborah Atkinson, host of the Flipping 50 TV show and the Flipping 50 podcast, here to talk about boulder shoulders and sleeveless. You know, in about 6 weeks, no matter where you are, but if you're in a northern climate, northern hemisphere like I am, with a beautiful spring day giving me hope that it will be spring, pretty soon we're gonna wanna go sleeveless. And even though we've been under wraps, we don't wanna dive into doing too much exercise too soon and then get hurt. So here's something I love to do all winter long, and now is the time for you to start. So let me show you this from the side. For those of you that sit at a desk too much, more than you want to, and or do this, again, in your leisure, we get these rounded upper backs and muscles that are really passively stretched. It's not as if you're stretching them, but they're gravity pulling down on them too much of the time all day. So what I want you to do is to get used to the idea that, first of all, I have no weights in my hand. You're gonna shrug backward. Already, that might feel really good right here. A passive stretch happening in a good way here. So hold on to that. Move your arms up to the side. So I have a slight bend in my elbow, and then I'm gonna lower down and then release. What I want you to pay attention to is shrugging my shoulders backward. That's about my 2 shoulder blades, right? And when I move out to the side, that's about my shoulder joint, that ball and socket joint. So I'm going to go lower here and then release. So there are 4 counts, 2 contractions, squeezing together the shoulder blades and then raising the arm. 2 different contractions, lowering them down from the arm and then releasing through the shoulder blade. Now, I'm infamous for saying for 30 years, put down the pink dumbbells. This just happens to be my pink dumbbell exercise. Those rotator cuff muscles and your rear deltoid are super small. They call for really small exercises or really small weights to do the exercise correctly, because if you get a heavy weight, you actually strain that muscle and or not train it at all, because your bigger ones will take over and try to swing, and you'll never reach the small ones that we want. So there's always an appropriate time for any size weight. Here's what I want you to do. Squeeze together. Remember that you can see on my shoulders move away from my ear, not toward it. Lift to the side, lower the weight, and then release. Pull up, lift to the side, lower down, and then release. And you go up to 15 times if you can. But if you lose your form, and let me tell you this, that even with this pink dumbbell, I will lose my form. In about 10 or 12 repetitions, I will reach fatigue, and here's why. It's not your fault. It's not that you're super weak. These muscles just have ADD. They don't have a very long attention span. So train the good ones, and when you lose form, stop. You're much better off to go away, give it a break, and then come back and try a second set. But again, don't make yourself say, I have to do 10 or I have to do 15. Ideally, you'd like to, but if you can't, training just the good ones is the smart way to go. That's your tip for today. Let me know how this goes, and let me know if when you start training that, you stop feeling so much tension up here, because the muscles that are supposed to be doing a little work, keeping you up and nice and tall with great posture, actually are doing their job. I'll see you on the flip side.